Hey, what is going on, guys? Blokey here, back with another YouTube video. This time, this video, since it's getting close to Halloween, and since there's been this whole clown trend going on, I figured I might do a bit of a spooky video. And believe it or not, actually have quite a few stories that are quite horrifying and blood-curdling. So, let's begin. About 2 years ago, I went on a tour in Beechworth around an old abandoned mental asylum for the clinically insane. We started off at the foyer. It was me, my parents, my girlfriend, and her dad. In the foyer, everything was set out perfectly. There were Halloween decorations to make it all seem like it was some sort of joke. It wasn't. We went into the bathroom. Well, I went into the bathroom, and there were cracked mirrors and the lights were flickering, which made the ambiance even scarier. We started the tour at around 8. It was beginning to get dark. We went into the middle area of this ginormous manor. In fact, I'll put a picture of it up right now. There you go. That is what it looks like. In the middle of this massive manor, it's like a square that's been cut out in the middle, and there's a big garden. In the garden there is a post that has signs on it saying where everything is. We decided we'd head to the holding cells, so we got there. In the holding cells, there was only one thing that really made everyone scared. Scratches. Scratches all over it. You could see fingernails had been dug into the walls, into the floor, even into the door. Somehow even on the ceiling. How it had been done, nobody knows, but it had been, which is a scary part. So the tour guide told us a story about that area, and apparently men had been working there once, and one of them had fallen asleep in the chair that was in the corner, and for some reason was still in the corner that day. And she said while he was sitting there, he woke up to have a person shoved their face into his. He was horrified, and when he blinked, the face had disappeared. Needless to say, he quit his job very quickly. We moved on though, however, from that area, and we went around the back of the massive manor to the kitchen and the solitary confinement cells. When we got to the kitchen area, the tour guide told us this was actually in order about 2 years ago, but they decided to stop. At this point, it was completely dark. When we asked how come they stopped, she said, because there were too many apparitions, too many ghosts. At this point, I was already scared. This place was giving me the creeps. However, I toughed it out, and she said there was one ghost here who was a redhead with freckles, which made everybody laugh. And then she said he was a prankster. And then she said he still liked to play pranks nowadays. Which was strange, because he was a prankster about 100 years ago. So we kept going with the tour, and we got to the most fun part, the morgue. As we got there, I noticed a strange vibe, something I couldn't quite put my finger on. There was something odd about it. Perhaps it was the way it looked so much newer than everywhere else. So clean, there was still furniture there. Perhaps it was the table still there from when they used to do the lobotomy on people. Perhaps it was the chair that they used to strap people to. Perhaps it was the staircase that led down into a cellar. In the cellar, there were bars leading to another area that you couldn't go to. People often said that if you look into that area at the wrong time, you could most well definitely see a ghost. So the tour guide decided to spice things up even more by telling us another story. This time, the story was about a man who had supposedly been told by a man in a green and white striped shirt to close the door at the top of the stairs. So he did. When the tour guide asked him what he was doing, he said, "I'm closing the door, like the man said." She said, "What man? There was no man. There's no other man running this tour." He said, "But there was a man in green and white striped shirt." She said, "Darling, that's a ghost." The man's face turned pale white. He was horrified. They say he just left and he didn't come back, which is probably what I would do, considering the circumstances. Anyway, getting back to the story. We had gone through almost the entire area at this point, and we were actually getting near the end. Me and my girlfriend at the time, were hanging behind the group. While we were behind the group, we were actually talking about whether it was real or not. Somehow I remember this conversation almost vividly. She was saying, "Dylan, there's nothing real. There's nothing real about this. It's all staged and fake." And I was like, be a bit more open-minded. Just, think about it. She decided to go forward to her dad and her sister, who was actually there as well. I still stayed behind, a good 10 meters behind the group. What on earth possessed me to stay behind? I still do not know. While I was behind them, I felt a sudden gust of wind, and something punched me on the shoulder. I turned around. There was no one there. So, I decided to quicken my pace. And then I felt someone pinch me in the back, and I turned around. Again. No one was there. My blood curdled. I began to get all my hairs stand up. I was horrified. Who was it? There was nothing there. I didn't hear anything. So I got to the group, who had for some reason stopped. I didn't know why. I listened to what they were saying, and this part scares me the most. The tour guide was saying, "In this area, there is a ghost. The ghost of that redhead boy. He liked to skate down this area, apparently. He also liked to do certain things to people as a ghost." She started to list a few things like play with people's hair, ruffle people's bags, ruffle people's clothes. Then she mentioned the last two. He also liked to pinch people and even punch people. Needless to say, my family and I, and my girlfriend's family, got out of there. And that is the story of the Beechworth Asylum for the Clinically Insane. And I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. That one was really tough to do. I really hope you enjoyed the sort of vibe I gave off with my voice. I sort of lowered it and stuff to make it a bit more creepy. I don't know. Tell me if it worked or not. Hopefully it did. Probably didn't. I'm a bit of an idiot, aren't I? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. That is it for today. I'll probably upload tomorrow. I've actually got a video in store. Just remember to subscribe and to leave a like, and definitely subscribe actually, because we are nearing the 50 subscriber milestone, where I will actually be doing a giveaway, which will be awesome. There will be a roughly $10 around there skin. I think it'll be an Orp Manor War. Not sure right now, but yeah. So that was the video for today, guys. Subscribe, like, share, comment if you think it's bullshit. It's not bullshit. All of that is 100% true. I promise you. So yeah, guys. That's Blokey. Peace out.